Welcome back to Unwinding Roads. My name is Teddy. Behind me I have my 2022 Jeep Gladiator Ecodiesel, and I just got some new wheels for it. I have to say I'm extremely excited to be running the tires that I've wanted for years now. If you've been following along, I used to have the Nitto Trail Grapplers. Wasn't very happy with those. I switched to the Toyo and Open Country MTs. Much better than my Ridge Grapplers, but what I really wanted to get my hands on was these Nitto Trail Grapplers 38 by 13.5 R17s, and I got them. Now I know you're gonna make fun of my white wheels, and you can make fun. Everybody's allowed to make fun of whatever they want, but let me tell you something. I'm a child inside, still to this day, and this is my toy. It now looks like a Hot Wheels toy, which I find funny. And it's a little bit of a throwback to Bigfoot, the old school monster truck. I would say that's the truck that made everybody love big lifted trucks. Either that one or Gravedigger. But I just got these on. Let's hit the trail and test them out. Well, what can I say? This whole area is under construction. As you guys can see, they do open this trail on Sundays, so it's a Sunday. I'm up here. We're testing out these tires. I'm excited. Let's hit the trail.
Along with the tires, this would be my first real test with the coils from Epic Adventure Outfitters that I just got installed. I have TerraFlex Outbacks in the rear and the new TerraFlex Ecodiesel coils in the front. This Gladiator is a sport, so it has a more narrow axle. The new wheels I have are an offset of -38, which in theory should feel more stable on the off-camber stuff.
We've hit a fork in the road, and I figured now's a great time to tell you about our new sponsor, Onyx Offroad. A lot of my friends had already been using Onyx Offroad. I was super excited to work with them, finally have the opportunity to do that. This is a gated trail, so I was at home and I was able to quickly map out the easy section. Alright, so this is where I'm heading. I've already mapped it out. I have the blue for the intermediate side, I have the black here for the hard side. We're actually going to take the hard side up, so I think I'm going to delete this one, which is really simple. Just go to edit, or sorry, you don't even do that, you just delete it. Boom, delete. And that's that. So if I were to map it out, very simple. Over here it says build route. We're just going to get going with the trip. And then you can just simply draw over it, or you don't even have to do that. You just go from one point to the other point, and it'll map it out for you. That's that. You can save it. I'm not gonna save it. I'm actually gonna breadcrumb it. I don't know how that's gonna work. And now we're here. We're gonna go the hard way. I'm not too familiar with the app just yet, but I'm going to track this route, and if I can figure it out in time, by the time you watch this video, it'll be on Onyx Offroad for you to use. Okay, so I've got my satellite imagery here, I've got my topography here, we've hit the fork in the road, and we're just gonna hit go and track right here. Very simple. Record track, and that's that. We'll start recording it. Let's see what happens when we're done.
So as this trail got a little more tricky, I wasn't quite sure how the truck was going to handle now. You can see here I'm being a little careful on this off-camber section, but the coils did exactly what you'd hope, and the tires stuck perfectly.
So to give you an idea, I'm 5'6", so this is not fully flexed out, but it's up there. Love it. So this particular obstacle, I was unable to do it with my white Jeep. I was able to do it with this one, with the 37s. But we did have to stack some rocks over here to make it happen. As much as I hate stacking rocks. It looks like there's a few rocks here now. It's still way less than it was when we were here. And I run the risk of getting high centered up top here. So let's see what happens. I am gonna attempt it. I am alone. I do have my winch. So worst case scenario, I think I can get out of here. Let's see. This is an obstacle that was pretty tough for me. Let's see how the new setup does with it.
So this is one of those situations where my first attempt was going to be my best. I almost had it right out the gate, but I let off too early. After that, the rocks pushed away with every attempt, making this obstacle a little more out of reach with every try. I tried a bunch of different approach angles, but no dice.
There goes my attempt. It is extremely slick. I think the tires are new and a little greasy. Well, it happened. First scrape. Now that's out of the way. So I know I'll be able to get into here, but that's a big wet log, and I know traction's gonna be an issue on that part. Looks like there's some stacked rocks, but hopefully I don't move them out of the way. I'm gonna try to get up. I think I'm gonna give her a good bump. Try to use that momentum to get up there. Tricky section, that's for sure. All right, I'm now standing on the log, and there's like a 2-foot drop on the other side, so I'm very likely going to get high centered. There's a rock right there that I hope I can grip, so I'm gonna try to come up over onto that rock. Jeez, this is not gonna be easy.
Once I was in the Jeep and looking at it head on, I knew I had to get my rear end over to the passenger side just a little bit. I did a few maneuvers to get it right and hoped that it wouldn't shift as I climbed the log. I've done this obstacle many times before, but this is the most fun I've seen it, with it being completely rutted out on both sides.
Are you kidding me? That was textbook. I can't believe it gripped through that like that. That was crazy. I really hope the footage does that justice, because I thought for sure I was getting high centered. Very cool. And right after that obstacle, this hooks back up to the intermediate trail. So let's end the hard trail and see how this goes. So keep in mind, I am doing this for the first time. We're gonna quickly figure this out. I guess we'll hit pause and we'll name the track or hard way to lookout. Enter. Save. I guess that's that. So we got the breadcrumb trail. Let's see what happens when we get home. If you keep going, there is a lookout. I've already filmed the lookout a bunch of times. There's also a little lake. I'm not actually gonna go up there. We're gonna keep going on the trail and keep seeing what this rig can do now. I am pumped. I can't believe I nailed that obstacle like that. Let's go.
I put a lot of miles on my previous Gladiator, and this one just hasn't performed as well on the obstacles as that one did. Maybe it was the coils or the more narrow axles, or most likely the combination of both. On the way out, I took the hardest lines possible. And I can honestly tell you that now this Jeep is my best performing Jeep I've had so far. The front and rear work together. The power I get from the tuned Ecodiesel is incredible. And the grip I get from the tires to connect that power to the ground is the chef's kiss. You can see as I go through these obstacles, the front end is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. No more weird bounces, no more shifting with the rear end. As you watch the unwinder do its work, please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 25,000 by the end of this year. We're on pace to do it. Let's keep it going.
firing up with the Kraken. Let's go home and check out what we can do with those breadcrumbs. See if we can make that an official route. Overall, extremely happy with the current setup. My wheel sensors don't seem to be working unless, you know, the truck is moving, which is kind of annoying. But other than that, things went pretty smooth. I'm happy with it. All right, so here I am back at home. We've got our breadcrumb trail. This is gonna be super easy, guys. Literally about 10 seconds. So I just click the trail, go to edit. It's already titled. We're gonna make it a black route. The line, I don't want it breadcrumbed anymore. I want it solid, and that's it. Save. You can share it to whoever you like, as long as they have Onyx, and that's it. Done. There's the route. It really is that easy. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in Onyx Off-Road, you can check this track out. I had to apply to be a trail guide so that I can upload it for everybody else to see, which I've done. Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, the track is on Onyx. If you want to save 20%, use the code in the description and enjoy tracking, finding, and sharing your trails. Until next time, go away, get lost, and unwind.
Let's go! Life's